Sunday, December 4th, Vlogmas Day 4. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Already had breakfast, which was the same as yesterday, avocado toast. I thought I would have more time to maybe do some Toronto vlog before I head out to my daily activities. But I didn't wake up at 7, I woke up at 8, and then I kind of dawdled. I have, so today's actually 2 people's birthdays that I know. My girlfriend Dre, her son Ben, turns 5, and then my older brother, who's 5 years older than me, and I won't out him on how old he's turning. I don't know if he's actually gonna watch this, but yeah, it's his birthday today as well too. So happy birthday to Steve and happy birthday to Ben. So yeah, I have Ben's birthday party from noon to 2, but they live in Brantford, which is like an hour. I have to check exactly how long it's gonna take me to get there. It's at least an hour to get there. And then I have another Steven, coworker of mine, is having a event, like a Christmas party-ish thing, in Mississauga. So I have to go to that. So I have to find an outfit too that is appropriate to wear to a 5-year-old's birthday party, as well as wear to a kind of Christmas thing. I have something in mind already. One thing I do want to talk about is my reading. This morning, my reading for my blood sugar was really good. Not only was my reading for my blood sugar really good, now it's gone up because I ate, but I did bolus for it and have coffee. I'm at a 7.8, but when I woke up this morning, I was at a 5.7. And look at the trending line in the graph. Come on, focus. See, it's like practically straight. So 7.8 now, which it's going up because I ate. And I'm having coffee, but that line is almost straight. Which, yeah, if I showed you other days, sometimes it's like a freaking up and down. Which, for type 1s, you're actually trying to get a straight line. I do have, like, so much to do. Like, I took an extra day off work to try and accomplish more things on Friday. And I woke up, like, at a decent hour yesterday, but it was just go, go, go. And that's part of why I took an extra day off work, was, like, I wanted to accomplish so much more than I actually have, and freaking frustrating sometimes. Right under you. You're sitting on it. There you go. My diagnosis and how that happened and how old I was and what my story is. So I was diagnosed when I was 36. Which is unusual. Most type 1 diabetics, diagnosis happens earlier in life. It happens usually when you're under 30 is what is typically most common. So for me, I do have family history of type 1 diabetes. So my godmother, my father's sister, she was diagnosed with type 1 when she was 11 years old. And then my father, he was diagnosed when he was 33. So there's definitely a family history of type 1. However, there's also a family history of type 2. So diabetes runs on my father's side of the family. So there is some genetic predisposition to it. But going back to my diagnosis. So the original diagnosis was for type 2. But how it was found was pretty unique. I had gone in to see the doctor because I was actually having problems with my period. And what was happening was I was getting irregular spotting, so in between my periods. Now for me that was abnormal. I mean, my whole life I'd gone and that wasn't really something that happened to me. So went in, had a pap smear, full run-up, whatever, blood work, and she said, no, you know, nothing's really that out of whack. Your prolactin is slightly elevated. So she was like, come back in and do the blood work again. And what she meant by slightly was like, I can't remember what the measurement was, but I was like 1 above out of range. So it was like really slight. So at the time I was really busy with work and I didn't go back in right away. And then I went back in, did the blood test, and she called me to go back in again. And I went back in and she said, your blood sugar is high. You have type 2 diabetes. And I started crying. I was like, yeah, I had spent most of my life trying to be athletic and struggled with my weight and tried to take care of my health. So I was shattered at that time with the diagnosis. And not that if I would have been diagnosed type 1 right away, I wouldn't have been equally as shattered, because once I finally did get, you know, officially diagnosed with type 1, I was upset as well too, because with type 2, at least when I had that diagnosis, I thought that, you know, there's different things that I've read about type 2, and I thought, well, I can reverse it, you know, and I have a fighting chance to fix this. So yeah, my original diagnosis was type 2. So like I said, I thought, okay, I can reverse this, I can fix this. It's possible for people to get taken off the medication and stabilized by diet and exercise. And I know about both those. So I went like full on ham, and I was checking my blood sugar and doing and dieting and whatnot. And yeah, I remember going to exercise class, and I go in at a 15 and do like a crazy intense workout, and from a 15 I might drop to a 12, and I was like, what the hell? And strict with my diet, eating, you know, small portions of carbs, etc., and I couldn't, like, my blood sugars didn't go down. So my diagnosis happened in December. So type 2 diagnosis happened December 23rd of 2015. And yeah, I went from then until April 1st. So in between there, in March at some point, I had actually gone back to my doctor and said, I am dieting, I am exercising, I am working my ass off, and I've been checking my blood sugar and it's not going down. So, your C-peptide. I had done research, basically because I knew that I was doing all of the right things for managing my diabetes. And I had done research on, you know, type 2 diabetes. Typically it's progressive. You are pre-diabetic before you're actually a type 2 diabetic. And mine came on quickly. And I had a family history of type 1. So anyways, I did research when I went back into my doctor in March, and I said, you need to test me for you need to test my C-peptides. That's an indicator on whether or not you're type 1. Family doctor had no frickin' idea what that was. Literally said she never heard of it in her life. So, but she did say that she would pass me on to an endocrinologist and, you know, definitely take a look because my blood sugar should be improving, you know, what I was doing. So anyways, I had an appointment April 1st, 2016. So April Fool's Day. That's when, you know, I didn't officially get diagnosed because I went in, did blood work then. She tested my C-peptide. But I remember going in, and I go to a clinic in Women College Hospital, which is a teaching hospital. And I walked in, and they were like, do you mind if we have interns sit in and take your medical history and stuff? And I'm like, no problem. A cousin of mine is actually a doctor. So I'm like, you know, the more... I always look at it like, okay, I'm helping somebody, right? I mean, I clearly have no problem talking about my health and being type 1. So I don't mind whatever other people watching or listening in. So yeah, I sat down in the exam room and basically went through everything with them. They asked you like a bazillion questions, and then they come back, they did my history with the doctor, and the doctor said, you know, Dana, my endocrinologist rather, was like, you know, Dana, I've been doing this for a long time. We do have to do the test to make sure that you are in fact type 1, but your blood sugar is high, has been running quite high for some time, and I would like to get you started on insulin right away. So I learned how to inject myself that day, and they actually told me, because I'd been running high for so long, that they wanted me to take a week off work, because to bring my levels down, week off work, and as soon as I started insulin, because that's what my body needed, my blood sugar started going down, and things got better. And it was an adjustment that I had to make, but it wasn't the end of the world. It was just the beginning of something new, a new way, a new reality. So I'm gonna end it out here. I haven't edited day 3, and it's 11:42, so I'm gonna edit day 3, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be like a real keener and edit day 4, and before I go to bed, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm signing off.